Hello everybody, and today we're going to learn CSS. So far you've learned HTML, which is a language with about 40 words worth knowing, memorizing. And CSS is another language with also another 20 or 30 words worth memorizing, which allow you to make your web pages look really good. You should not use HTML to make your pages look good. You should use CSS on top of HTML. And here's how it works. Just like any language, CSS has vocabulary. So, first we have selectors. The selectors are the HTML tags. For example, B for bold, H1 for header, A for anchor, IMG for image, and so on. Any and all HTML tags are selectors. So a typical CSS instruction starts with a selector, which is just a tag, then a curly bracket, and inside the curly bracket you put in instructions, CSS instructions, such as background color, colon, and then the color, red. So to repeat, the selector is going to be, for example, B, bold. So every time you have bold, you're going to say background color, background dash color, colon, red, curly bracket. That's it. That's all you have to do, and every bold tag will now have a background with a red color. Where do you put that in the HTML page? Well, you know, a typical HTML web page will have HTML on top, /HTML on bottom, a head, and a body, slash body, and I forgot slash head. So where do you put the CSS stuff? In the head. And you start it with style. The style tag is where you put CSS. And you end it with style. And what do you put between style and slash style? Exactly this. A selector followed by an instruction. So if you want to have tables, all tables with font color green, that's how you do it. And you have several instructions, you separate them with colons. So background color, semicolon, and then font family, colon Arial. There you go. Now every bold will be not only red background, but with a font family that's Arial. Stick all that into here, a bunch of selectors followed by a bunch of CSS instructions, and now your web page is going to look great. You can do a lot more with CSS in terms of making your web page pretty and interesting and fun than with pure HTML. You know, in pure HTML you would put stuff like font color equals red. And now that you know CSS, this is history. Never again do you ever need to use this. Instead of this, you would put selector and the background color.
Frequently asked questions.
Well, one commonly asked question is, can we mix HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP? And the answer is yes. And here's how you do it. You always start with HTML, and you always end with HTML. In the head is where most of the action is. In the head, you put in your for your CSS, you put in a style, and you put all your CSS instructions right here. Close the style. And for your JavaScript, you have a script. Then you put your JavaScript right here. Then you put /script. You can also stick JavaScript inside the main body, but we won't go into it now. And you can also stick CSS in the main body. There's many ways of involving CSS and JavaScript in a web page. These are the more formal ways of doing it. For PHP, it kind of goes anywhere. PHP, you always start with a question mark PHP, and you put your PHP commands, and you put that anywhere. That can go absolutely anywhere, and you finish with a question mark greater than. This stuff can be put into the body. That's a good location for it. /body. And goes wherever you need it. Usually in a place where there's going to be some action, some variety, that the web page is going to look different every time you load.